Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always. What are we looking at today?
Today it's Atlantis.
Ah, The Lost City, a classic.
A classic, but still so mysterious. We're diving into a segment from the Mystery Stories and Theory Conspiracy podcast.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Lots of interesting theories.
Exactly. This one's called Atlantis Rising. Could the Lost City be found? It's just a short segment, like 3 minutes, but it packed in a lot.
Well, there's certainly a lot to unpack when it comes to Atlantis. Where do they even start?
Right into Plato's writings, which makes sense because that's really where this whole thing started.
Yeah, over 2,000 years ago. It's incredible how that one account has captivated people for centuries.
I know. And the podcast hosts really emphasize how much of what we think we know about Atlantis comes from Plato's description.
It's not just a vague mention either. He went into detail about the city's layout, the advanced technology, even their powerful weapons. It's that detail that makes you wonder if there's some truth behind the legend.
Totally. And the podcast highlights all the different places people have proposed as the location of Atlantis.
Oh, yeah. Everywhere from Santorini to the Caribbean, even Antarctica. It's like everyone wants to claim it.
It's kind of funny. But also it shows how hard it is to actually pinpoint where Atlantis could have been. If it was real, of course.
That's the challenge, isn't it? No confirmed starting point, just a lot of theories. But speaking of theories, did they talk about the Eye of the Sahara?
They did. That's the Richet structure in Mauritania, right?
Right, that massive circular formation in the desert. It's visually striking, I'll give you that. And some researchers think it matches Plato's descriptions pretty well. The concentric rings, evidence of water erosion.
But I'm guessing there's a but.
There is. Dating the structure has been a big debate. Some estimates put it at millions of years old, way before Plato's Atlantis.
So another dead end.
Not necessarily, it just highlights the challenges we face. But the podcast also brings up a good point about how modern technology is changing the game.
Oh, yeah. Like satellite imagery and sonar, they mentioned those.
Those are just a few examples. We have side-scan sonar to map the ocean floor, LiDAR to see through dense forests. We can even analyze satellite images for unusual patterns. These technologies allow us to examine potential sites in ways that were impossible before.
So there's hope yet. But I liked how the podcast also talked about Atlantis beyond just a physical location.
You mean the deeper meaning?
Yes. The idea that Atlantis is more than a lost city. It's a symbol, a cautionary tale.
Right. It's a story about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the consequences of societal imbalance.
It's a reminder that even advanced civilizations are vulnerable.
And that knowledge and power are meaningless without wisdom and responsibility.
Powerful stuff. So are we any closer to answering the age-old question? Is Atlantis myth, warning, or reality?
Well, this deep dive certainly hasn't solved the mystery.
But maybe that's part of what makes Atlantis so fascinating, the mystery itself.
I think so. It makes us think about our past, our potential, and the future of our own civilization. It makes you wonder, if Atlantis did exist, what could we learn from its rise and fall, and how can we apply those lessons today to ensure we don't meet a similar fate?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.